All right, so you want to make a killer first impression in English, right? I mean, who doesn't? Well, today we're going deep on greetings and introductions.
Uh-huh.
And even if you think you've got this down pat, I bet you'll pick up some new tips and tricks today.
Well, for sure. There's always something new to learn.
Exactly. And to guide us on this journey, we're using an episode of the Speak Easy English podcast. Those guys always have great insights.
Really good stuff.
Yeah.
It's funny how we kind of just go through life, greeting people
Yeah.
without really thinking about it much.
Right. Like it's just automatic.
Yeah. But greetings are way more important than we realize.
Oh, really?
Totally.
Thank you.
Think about it. That initial hello, that first interaction, it sets the tone. It shapes how people see you. It can even make or break a conversation.
Okay, I'm starting to see what you mean. So let's break it down. Starting with the basics, which we all know. Hi, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Like, what's the big deal?
Well, the key is context. I mean, a casual hey works great with friends, but imagine you're at a professional event, right? And you see someone you really want to connect with.
Hey?
Hey might not cut it. You want to project confidence and professionalism.
Right.
So something like, good evening, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
It's a totally different tone.
Much more polished.
Right.
Okay, I'm with you. So you've nailed the greeting. Now, how do you actually introduce yourself without sounding like, a robot?
Yeah. Keep it simple. Hi, I'm your name. It's great to meet you. That works like a charm. And if it's a more formal setting, you can add your title or company.
Makes sense.
But the real magic is what comes next. Don't just stop at names.
Oh, so like keep the conversation going.
Exactly.
Okay. But what if, and this happens to me all the time, you totally blank on someone's name? It's so awkward.
Oh, I know that feeling. It happens to the best of us. Don't panic. Just gracefully ask, I'm so sorry, would you mind reminding me of your name? Or, and you are, with a friendly smile.
Oh, that's smooth.
It shows you're genuinely interested.
Right.
Which you are.
That's a great tip. But sometimes introductions go fine, and then silence. Awkward silence. How do you avoid that?
It's all about sparking a connection. Remember the Speak Easy English episode?
Yeah.
They had a great example. What brings you to this event? Or at a party? Are you enjoying the music? It shows you're paying attention. You're curious.
Yeah, it's not just small talk. It's like you're actually interested.
Exactly.
Okay, now here's a tricky one. The handshake. Do people still do that? It feels so formal.
Yeah, it's definitely evolving, and like everything else, depends on the context. In formal settings, a firm handshake can still show you're professional.
Yeah.
But at a casual gathering, it might feel a little stiff.
Okay, but how do you know what to do? I don't want to be the only one with my hand out,
It's all about observation. Are other people shaking hands?
Yeah.
What's the vibe? You can usually pick up on what's appropriate. And remember, a warm smile and good eye contact can go a long way, handshake or not.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You've got to read the room. Okay, so Speak Easy English also talked about formal versus informal introductions. Is there really a big difference?
Huge difference. Think about meeting a client versus chatting with a friend at a coffee shop. Your whole approach changes, right?
Totally. Like, I wouldn't be super formal with a friend.
Exactly.
So, like, in a formal setting, I might say, good morning, I'm your full name, the marketing director at your company.
Right. And it's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
You're presenting yourself professionally.
Okay.
Clear articulation, good posture, direct eye contact. Those all matter.
Gotcha.
Now imagine you're at that coffee shop.
Okay.
A relaxed, hey, I'm your first name, with a warm smile.
Yeah, way more casual.
Feels much more natural.
Wow, I never realized how much those little things could impact how you come across. This is making me rethink how I do introduction.
See, there's always something new to discover. It's like there's this whole hidden code, right? Like a secret language of greetings and introductions.
Right. And the cool thing is you can see this everywhere,
Oh, yeah,
You
absolutely.
can like watch how people greet each other in different places, at work, at parties, even just on the street.
It's fascinating. You start to notice all these patterns,
Yeah.
the cultural differences.
Right.
It's like turning everyday life into a language lesson.
I love that. Okay, so let's say you've aced the greeting, you've introduced yourself, you even nailed the handshake. Now what? How do you actually keep the conversation going?
Well, the key is to be genuinely interested.
Okay.
People love to talk about themselves, their passions, what they've been up to.
Right.
So ask open-ended questions, questions that invite them to share.
So instead of asking, like, do you like this band?
Yeah.
I could say, what kind of music are you into?
Exactly.
Right.
That opens up so many possibilities.
It's way more interesting.
Right. And don't be afraid to share your own thoughts and experiences, too. It's all about that back and forth, you know?
That flow.
Yeah.
Oh, and Speak Easy English also talked about active listening.
Oh, yeah. That's so important.
Like really paying attention, not just waiting for your turn to speak.
It's huge. It shows you're engaged. You care. It's not just about the words either.
Oh, right.
You got to pay attention to their tone, their body language, all those little cues.
So I should be like Sherlock Holmes, like a detective.
Exactly. Those nonverbal cues are super important. Nodding your head,
Uh-huh.
making eye contact,
Right.
using facial expressions to show you're following along.
I'm realizing I need to pay way more attention to that. I've been so focused on saying the right thing that I've totally missed all that.
It's easy to get caught up in the words, but those nonverbal cues speak volumes.
Literally. Okay, so what if I'm nervous and I just don't know what to say? Any tips?
Oh, I've been there. Sometimes the simple, "That's interesting, tell me more," can work wonders.
Oh, that's a good one.
It shows you're listening and you want to know more.
Like a little lifeline?
Exactly. Okay, so you want to know what I'm really bad at?
What's that?
Remembering names.
Oh, tell me about it. I'm terrible with names. It's so embarrassing.
It's tough.
Yeah.
But there are a few tricks. When you meet someone, repeat their name back to them.
Okay.
Like, "It's great to meet you, Sarah."
Right.
And try to connect their name with something visual, something memorable.
Like if I meet someone named David who's wearing a cool hat,
Yeah,
I could picture like the statue of David with a hat on.
exactly. Those little memory tricks can be surprisingly helpful.
Yeah.
And if you do forget someone's name, don't be afraid to just admit it.
Oh, yeah. It's way better than trying to avoid saying their name altogether.
So much better.
Okay, so let's say you've navigated all that. You're actually having a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
How do you keep it flowing naturally?
Think of it like a dance,
Oh, okay.
a back and forth.
Right.
You share something,
Uh-huh.
you ask a question,
You listen.
you respond.
But sometimes I get so caught up in trying to think of the perfect thing to say that I completely miss what they're saying.
Oh, yeah, I know that feeling. It's like your brain goes into overdrive. Try shifting your focus. It's not about impressing them, it's about connecting.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Let go of the need to be perfect
Yeah.
and just be present.
So it's more important to be genuine than to try to sound smart.
100%. Authenticity is what people connect with. When you're really interested, they can feel that.
Yeah, I've definitely noticed that when I'm relaxed and enjoying the conversation, it's so much easier.
Right.
But what about those awkward silences? When you've kind of run out of things to say?
Those lulls happen.
Yeah, well,
Don't freak out. Sometimes a well-placed function can get things going again.
Okay.
Think about your surroundings. Have you tried the food here?
Mhm.
Or if you're at an event, what are you hoping to get out of this conference?
Oh, that's good. What about when you need to excuse yourself? Like you see someone else you need to talk to or you just need a break?
Ending a conversation gracefully is just as important as starting it well.
Sure.
Something like, "It's been great chatting with you, but I see someone I need to catch up with. Maybe we can continue this later."
Perfect. I've definitely had those moments where I wanted to escape but didn't know how.
And hey, a genuine compliment is always a nice way to end things on a positive note.
Oh, yeah, like, I really enjoyed hearing about your work, or you've given me a lot to think about.
Exactly. It shows you were listening and you valued the conversation.
This is all such great advice. I feel like I'm finally getting a handle on this whole greetings and introductions thing.
I'm glad.
Is there anything else our listeners should keep in mind as they're out there, navigating these social situations?
Well, confidence comes with practice.
Yeah.
The more you actually use these tips, the more natural it'll all become.
Yeah, practice makes perfect, right? And hey, we all mess up sometimes, even native speakers.
Oh, totally. It's part of being human. So don't be afraid to make mistakes. Just relax, have fun, be yourself. Authenticity, that's what really matters.
I love that. Okay, so before we wrap up, I want to challenge our listeners. Try out just one new thing we talked about this week.
Yeah. Even if it feels a little weird at first, you might surprise yourself.
Exactly. You could even make some amazing connections along the way. And hey, remember to pay attention to how other people do it too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's like a free lesson in communication happening all around us.
Totally. Well, it's been great diving into all this with you today. I hope everyone feels a little more confident about greetings and introductions now.
Me too. It's been fun.
Until next time, happy greeting.